Let's get into the comments. This is about comments. Why am I not commenting on comments? So this comment is from a guy that missed a great opportunity to add yet one more number in place of a letter in his name. It's Sakiri, or numbers and letters if you don't get that whole leet thing, which really I don't think ever should have been a thing to get got. This guy wrote, Tate got destroyed. Lol. Real quick, his name is from an anime called Sakiri. I don't know. Here's the lore. He's an Ashikabi, she's a Sakiri. Kissing gives her power. He's the only one who can kiss her. And that's canon. In the show, there is every single pratfall ever conceived with the added bonus of tits. And there's also a lot of frottage. Sakiri goes on. Soy boy, stop smoking the vegan burgers. They are destroying your brain. Being who I am, I don't go into churches because of the fire hazard, so there is absolutely no way I would ever roll the dice with a vegan burger. But now that you bring it up, how did you get your brain damage? I guess I'll never know, but wow, is it showing in this next sentence. Even if you don't like Tate, you have the duty to, I just can't do it. You have the duty to not take the side of a little girl who is body shaming a man. I've done this like 10 times already. It's just fucking unbelievable. The only body part mentioned in the tweet was a small dick. If Andrew Tate has a small dick, that's news to me. As a matter of fact, if Andrew Tate has a dick, it's news to me because I don't go around thinking about other guys' junk. So thanks for letting me know. Anyway, to show my appreciation, I'm going to unpack your fucking baggage right now, Sakiri. So this is a 36-year-old man who advocates men grooming women by the age of as young as they can legally get away with, taunted a 19-year-old woman in a public forum, and she owned him. It's funny. That's funny. Like really, 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 really fucking funny. Sakari goes on. I mean, it shows you are a cuckold and a weirdo if you root for an idiotic child like Greta. They keep using that word child.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
I make no apologies for that clip. Well, you finally got something half right. I am weird. The whole rooting part, though, what are you kidding? The fight was over. I was just there to point and laugh. So next we have some more idiotic invective from a Julian Diaz. And don't worry, we'll get through this. I found that old people did not have the ability to use imperial data to build their views. So if you live and made choices someone like Tate advises against, then they'll have to attack that advice because they were inadequate. You don't actually know the argument. You can't understand what you don't know. I read this paragraph up until this point to a group of people who were capable of critical thought. Everything was fine until we got to the next sentence. We, 20, 30-year-old plus, haven't made enough mistakes to make Tate seem like a misogynist. Yeah, we've just hit peak fucking stupidity here. Sorry, I just had to go and have like a quiet aneurysm. Let's just keep going. Julian, if you think you haven't made enough mistakes, you're probably just not recognizing them. Like the most obvious one, thinking that Andrew Tate is not a misogynist. Or you are right and you won't as you get older, as the empirical evidence suggests. If that's the case, you better pack in as much life as you can now while you don't know you're stupid, because later you will be older and will still not know that you're fucking stupid. Okay, now the next one is from a guy named Phil. Really, really cool, and I appreciate your approach. Maybe Tate's boys are just interested in hearing from all sides, even ones they don't like, implying that they are not simpletons but critical thinkers capable of entertaining different ideas without necessarily holding said ideas. That's not my experience, and the fact that I'm making this video is actually proof. But I really appreciate the tone, and everything would be much more civil if everyone adopted it. Just try being nice. See how it works for you. Now, I'm sure at this point you're thinking to yourself, why the fuck is this guy feeding the trolls? It's just something that I've always wanted to do, and there's one less thing on my bucket list. We've got this other guy here, and this guy is Legion. Okay, so he started his comment out with something incredibly stupid with Thunberg's name, like these guys seem to do all the time. He changed it to Dumberg. And I'm thinking, damn, that's clever. What's your opinion on libtard? And is it really that much better when it's all caps? So for people who start comments with things like Dumberg or it's in all caps or just offensive and pointless, today's my lucky day. Look, I bet you think you're an adult when you go through the door, then get a little upset when they walk you over to the high chair that's sitting at the kids' table. Oh, you upset? And if you sit there quietly, you might be able to overhear just enough of what's going on at the adult table to completely misunderstand all of it and then use it to go forward and ruin other people's lives. But if you are a good boy and you don't make boom boom in your pants, I have one of your favorite after dinner treats. Now do yourself a favor and don't drink too much energy drink when you get home, otherwise you will not be able to generate enough slime for locomotion, much less the tears required for masturbation. Next up we have a fellow whose name is Spank2G. Is that a play on words? Doesn't sound like a play on words. Not a play on words. Spank says, sure, so the world was going bad, but now a dude you knew nothing about 10 months ago, about 6 if I'm honest, is being targeted by power-hungry people that are rich globalists. And you found hope for the future. And then there's one of these things. You look too old for not having lived enough, so I'll deduce you are really dumb or malevolent. I never mentioned globalists. I hate them as well. Now, the tweet video was done before I had found out that Andrew Tate got arrested. I did not make any comment about it because it didn't exist. The only comment that I have about his getting arrested is, dude, your timing is fucking sweet. And if going after malevolence makes me malevolent, then guilty is charged. And as for being dumb, all I can say is thanks for the comment. The next one is my favorite. It's from a guy, Ken R. No fat on this one at all. Soy face. At first, I thought he was Spanish. Then I took out half my brain and it made sense. The highest engagement on anything, and it was just 2 words. Like I said to Spank before, thanks for the comment. And speaking of spanking, no, I'm not going to say that, but if you could do me a favor and hit like and subscribe, my next video will be an excuse to use this clip.
He's a gateway douchebag.
So if you hit the notification button, you'll know when it happens. Here's one last thing to put the getting triggered over, going their own way into MGTOW. Someone that I'm happy to see going their own way.
I have a sword. This is a wood-splitting sword. Nice. All of my childhood dreams have just come true.
I know what you mean. Be well. I'm a robot.